Why are so many Black women combing out their locks? Not even Black women, anybody who has locks. Why are they combing out their locks? What is the internal struggle that people are facing that are causing them to comb out their locks? Well, if you're interested, keep watching so we can figure out some of those reasons. Hello, my lovely lock minions, and those of you that are new to my channel, my name is Umfan. I'm a teacher, dancer, hair guru for locks. And on this channel, we're going to talk about the topic of people combing out their locks. This is a big topic of the year, so let's talk about it. If you're interested, don't forget to thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Duh, and come back to my channel, Locs, for you to love. Keep watching. So let's talk about locks. Locks have a deeper meaning than just a hairstyle. It brings culture, history, and a sense of identity to the Black community. And on that note, we want to talk about why people are taking out their locks. Something that holds so much symbolism. Why would you take out your locks? That is the question. Now, transitioning from locks to loose hair is a journey within itself. If you've been watching me, you know it has been a journey traveling from loose hair to locks. So not only are you dealing with the outside pressures, but your internal self-awareness, your journey of acceptance, and just understanding what comes with your hair. Who would have thought hair would have been such a topic of self-discovery, of identity, and just like a potential idea of whether or not you are chosen for anything in life? Locks. Or should I say loose hair? Either way you choose, pick your heart. Okay, so let's go over the many reasons why someone would comb out their locks. Reason number 1, the wrong expectation. Now, entering the lock journey, there are so many ideas of what your hair would look like, and most of us have the final income in mind. We don't think about the journey to get to that. So the beginning stage of your lock journey can be a little bit trying. Not only does it test your patience, your self-awareness, your confidence, your identity. There's just so many things that go into that. And from a personal standpoint, transitioning from loose hair to locks was very difficult because I tried it twice. The first time I started off with box braids, and at first it was fine because when you freshly get your hair done to determine what type of locks you want, it looks very fresh. But over time you have to leave it alone. You can't touch it, and you have to let your hair do the thing that it wants to do. And with that comes the ugly stage that people talk about. And your hair buds, it flies all over the place. It doesn't look as neat or presentable in your eyes. Your hair shrinks, and there's just a lot of things that come with that you have to adjust. And not only that, it's a time to reflect of where you place majority of your idea of beauty. And for me, I placed most of it in my hair. And so it didn't fit a certain look that I liked that would make me feel like I'm beautiful, so I took it out. Then I tried it again, and I did comb coils, and with the comb coils, my hair shrunk so much. It was like I had a little hat on my head, and that was hard. And even during that transition, I wore big earrings. I didn't really wear makeup, and I know some people put makeup on or they wear wigs to like ignore that part that's very difficult to just live through life in without thinking that your hair is deciding who you are, if that makes any sense. So the expectation is the number one reason why some people comb out their locks. And that's mainly in the beginning stages, and also in the teenage stage or the mature stage. It may not have been something that you wanted or you thought it was gonna be, so you comb them out. Reason number 2 for why people may be combing out their locks. I talk about this in my videos a lot about dyeing your hair. Yes, you can dye your hair and you can maintain your locks for a long time. But at the end of the day, with using those chemicals, it does damage your hair. And they, over time, can create weak spots or your hair falls out and you have to tend to your hair more than usual because of the chemical that you added to your hair. And some people don't understand that, and especially when you're just starting your lock journey, a lot of people just can't help but dye their locks. So they want to dye it early, and they dye it before their hair has matured. And over time, when their hair actually matures, the part that they dyed ends up breaking off or causing more issues than they thought because they decided to dye their locks. And the main dye that causes the most damage is bleach. And so when you do bleach your locks, you are setting yourself up for failure. Now, it doesn't mean you can't manage your hair, because there's plenty of people I know who dyed their locks and their locks are beautiful, and they just learned how to take care of their hair in a way that even though they dyed it professionally, even if they have the knowledge professionally to dye their locks, they just know how to maintain it in a way that keeps the integrity of the lock. But if you can't do that, that is the main and major reason why you don't dye your locks. And that could also be the reason why a lot of people are combing out their locks. They're just like, dang, I just gotta comb this out. I forgot what YouTuber I was watching, but they decided to comb out their locks. And mind you, their locks have been dyed. And most of the part or the section of their hair that was dyed towards the end all fell out. So if that is anything that can give you some kind of understanding of what that means, there you go. And be mindful, I will have some videos showing throughout this video of what I'm talking about for those that need visuals. So yeah, there's a reason number 2, dyeing your locks. That could be another reason why they're combing out their locks. Reason number 3, know your foundation of how you want to start your locks. Whether it be sister locks with a grid, micro locks, medium locks, small locks, free form, however you start them. You want triangles, you want diamonds, the size. You really need to do research on that, on how you want to start your locks, because sometimes people just go into this journey and it's like, I seen a beautiful video of somebody that had beautiful locks and I just want locks. And they just start putting locks in their hair, not really considering the size how big, the way that it's going to look when it grows out and matures. And then when it does do that, they're not happy with the outcome and they end up combing out their locks and restarting them, or just abandon mission all the way and call it quits on the journey. So just make sure you're thinking about how you're going to start your locks, the size, the formation of how the locks are going to fall, and seek out professional help if you need it. Do your research so you have a clear understanding of what that is and what that looks like to you. And just be mindful of your hair type, because not everybody's hair type is the same, and what works for one person may not work for you. Okay? But that is your reason number 3. Reason number 4. The fourth reason why people may be combing out their locks is lint. Lint is a big factor with locks, because especially how our hair can just attract the material, the fabric from our clothes or the air. Having a routine on how to manage that lint is very important. I would say figuring out how you want to go about that. For me, I brush my locks daily. I brush towards the ends or underneath my locks, because those are the areas that tend to rub against my clothes. I wear darker colored clothes that touch my hair, so if the material comes off, it will blend in with my hair. I dye my hair, and when I mean dye, because I just talked about not dyeing your hair, I dye my hair with a natural dye, which is henna. So I dye my hair with henna, and it's either black or a brown, and that dyes the lint, so I don't have to disturb the lock. Now, what people may end up doing is they try to pick out the lock, and you can't do that, because when you pick out the lint that is attached to your lock, it destroys the lock as a whole. And so another way you can prevent lint is wearing something over your head, like a silk scarf, a bonnet, things of that sort. Keep your hair up, out of the way, and that will minimize the lint. But part of the journey, you will collect lint. And again, you just gotta find your heart. What are you willing to deal with and not deal with? Some people can live with the lint, some people can't. For me, I just dye my hair, and then I just brush my hair to maintain it. And every now and again, I will wear a bonnet on my head, and that's it. So, number 4, lint. Lint. That's the other reason why people may be combing out their locks. Reason number 5. So with locks, there are plenty of ways you can style your hair, but you are limited. What I mean by that is, with loose natural hair, you can smooth your hair back, you can create this kind of hairstyle that you like in a ponytail and a puff. And if you don't want it in a puff, you can straighten it out. You can do a lot more with loose natural hair. And I feel like when people transition to locks, they may miss that, or it may not look the way that they want it to look, and they want to revert back to the loose natural hair, which there's nothing wrong with that. There's people that have their locks for 4 years, 10 years, and they're like, okay, I'm done with this journey. Now I'm ready to get back to my loose hair. Or they could use locks as a tool to establish length. And then they reached a certain length where now they want to comb it out and enjoy that length. And so the options are few depending on the person. Because for me personally, now that I have locks, I feel like I can do so much with my hair. I could do the same thing that I do with loose natural hair. It may not be the way that it looks, but it satisfies me and I'm good with it. Now with others, that may be an issue and they're kind of just done. It's like, okay, I'm done with this. It's not really doing the thing that I like, so I'm ready to comb it out and enjoy my loose natural hair. And the same with people who have loose natural hair. They're like, okay, I'm done. I did everything that I can do with my hair, so I'm gonna revert to locks. So I think it's just depending on the person and their perception and where they're at in life, what that means for them. But I also feel like that is the other reason why people are combing out their locks. In conclusion, combing out your locks is more than just combing out your locks. There's a journey that someone has to arrive to for that to be the thing that they want to do. And wherever they're at in life, it's their journey, it's their self-development, their self-growth, and it's what makes them at peace. And whether that be loose hair or locks, whatever that journey is for that person, they have to be the one to decide it. But as much as I went through all the reasons why somebody could comb out their locks, those are all the reasons why somebody could decide to have locks. So again, the choice is always yours. Choose it. Locks or loose hair. The choice is yours. If you made it this far, I would like to hear from you. Comment below and let me know what are your thoughts of why people may be combing out their locks. And have you ever considered combing out your locks? Or if you're a loose natural, have you considered getting locks? And why is that your reason? And share that below. And I would love to hear your comments and I will respond. Don't forget to come back to Locs for you to love.